Hello there. A lot of us are afraid of commitment. And by that I mean to really immerse ourselves in a committed relationship. And how do I know this? Because I'm human and I feel it. And I live in a world full of humans who have the same fear. The thing is, the fear of commitment is normal. It's natural. It happens to everybody. And today I'd like to discuss and examine that fear. And also to ask the question, what would happen if after acknowledging the fear, we defy it and commit anyway? What would happen? First, I'd like to talk about why the fear of commitment is normal. Simply because the stakes are high. By committing yourself to someone, you are risking a big part of your freedom, your individuality, and control of your life. Not to mention your time, your money, your trust, your heart. By committing to somebody, you're technically sacrificing all of yourself to someone for the rest of your life without even knowing what's going to happen in the future. Things will change. You will change. The other person will change over time. Your environment will change. Your outlook in life will change. Your feelings towards each other will change. A lot of things will change. And you're supposed to commit to somebody for the rest of your life. We also have other issues. We fear being abandoned and being hurt. And we doubt our own ability to keep the commitments that we make. That's a lot of my issue is I don't even know if I have it in me to keep the commitments that I make for the rest of my life. The thing is, to really move forward and commit requires three things: faith, hope, and trust that everything will be fine. But in order to create and develop these three attributes, you need to be personally committed in the first place. They feed off of each other. That's why it's so complicated. Now let me talk about what commitments really mean and why they're so important. I read once that commitments are small islands of security in oceans of insecurity. Look around you. The whole world is unstable. And commitments are small islands of security amidst these oceans of instability. Commitments are promises. Commitments give us hope. And human life is lived in human communion. And human community lives on commitments. Think about this. You would not be here today if your mother did not commit to keeping you in her womb for 9 months. You would not be able to read and write if your grade school teachers did not commit to being patient with you and teaching you and nurturing you. You get my point. Human life lives on commitments. It's a necessity. And the thing is, you're already doing it. Right now, at some level, you are committed to yourself, to your job, to your family, and to your friends. And if you're a spiritual person, and if you're a Christian, and you believe in God, and you firmly believe that God is committed to you and will never abandon you, then you know that that level of commitment is in your DNA because you are made in God's image. So it's not your inability to commit. You have it and you're already doing it. It's just a matter of taking it up another level and committing yourself, say, to a life partner. Now, what about the risks? What about losing your identity and your freedom and control of your life? Yes, to some extent that happens. But really, You are creating right now, you are creating for yourself your identity and your future through the commitments that you make, the commitments that you keep, the callings that you hear, and the love that you offer. You are creating for yourself your future through your commitments. And think of the person you're committing yourself to as the basic foundation for the future and identity that you are making for yourself. You have control. The thing is to choose your foundation wisely. Listen to your heart. Don't commit out of impulse or when you're intoxicated with romantic love. Don't commit when you're lacking self-worth or when you're insecure. Don't commit when you're not connecting with the other person in all areas or when you don't have good communication with them. And don't commit if you don't have the same morals and values and faith. Just listen to your heart. Whichever way you go, it's still a risk. So what would happen if you defy this fear and jump in and commit anyway? Well, there are no guarantees. But really, there's only one way to find out is to have courage, be brave, trust yourself, and go for it and commit. You will really learn so much about your strengths and your own humanity. At the very least, you will gain wisdom and appreciation for your own humanness. But really, overall, in the long run, you will be better off as a person because of the commitments that you make.